Hey friends, you're tuned into another episode of VA Nutrition Coaching, the podcast. And today we're talking about why motivation is not going to help you lose weight. If you are somebody who says, I lack the motivation to lose weight, I'm not motivated to exercise, I'm not motivated to eat healthy, then girl, you are in the right place. Grab your tea, grab your water, grab your coffee, grab your matcha, your notepad and pen. If you're driving, drive safe, but make sure you turn it up loud so you can hear me spilling all the tea in today's episode to help you actually deal with why motivation ain't helping you lose weight. Hey friends, welcome to VA Nutrition Coaching, the podcast. You are tuned in for another weekly episode, and I am your host, Verona, and I'm so glad you're here. I'm here to give you mindset-focused nutrition, weight loss advice that you can keep off for the long term. It's not about restrictive diets here. It's not about cutting out carbohydrates. It's definitely not about cutting out your favorite foods in order to lose weight that, quite frankly, as soon as we've lost it, we end up regaining it and a little bit more. No, friends, I'm here to give you real talk, no nonsense weight loss that you can actually achieve realistically and keep it off. I'm a faith-based woman, also keeping it real when it comes to weight loss and keeping it real when it comes to nutrition, helping you do things that you can actually sustain for a long term. Now, friends, let's get into today's episode. Okay, friends, when it comes to this word, motivation, it's become like a buzzword. So I'm in a few groups and I hear this question quite often. How do you stay motivated to lose weight? And if you're somebody struggling, I've given you 4 ways to stay motivated to lose weight in my own podcast. I'm telling you, my friends, there's so much goodness, there's so much gold on this podcast, not to toot my own horn or anything, but there's so many things here that you can actually learn. There's hours of free training. If you're somebody who you're not in a position to invest in your health financially, go and get all of the help you can get in this library of free training that you're getting here. Now, today we're talking about motivation. Also talking of free, if you have not got the guide, go to the website right now, open up your phone, vanutritioncoaching.co.uk/guide. If you're somebody who is confused what to eat, you're like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what to eat. Do I eat this? Do I eat that? Can I eat carbs and still lose weight? Can I eat cake, still lose weight? Can I eat me some bread if I still want to lose weight? You're just totally so confused to what you can and what you can't do, because Dr. Google is showing you conflicting information, and one article says you can, one influencer says you can't, another influencer says you're going to gain all the weight back if you eat carbs after 6 p.m. Let me tell you, lies they tell. They ain't telling you the truth. She lying to you because you know she is eating carbohydrates herself at 6:01 p.m. Don't let her lie to you. I'm telling you, don't let her lie to your mama. No, she didn't. I know she lied. Anyhow, let me get back into it. I'm used to do drama if you can't tell. Anyway, if you're one of those people, go to the website, grab your guide, because in there, literally, it's like, okay, this is what you need to do to lose weight. Okay, all you need to do is eat it. That's the thing. I can't come to your house and cook it for you. I'd love to, but I can't come to your house and cook it for you. But go to the website, vanutritioncoaching.co.uk/guide. You'll see my brand spanking new website, by the way. Thank you. Thank you very much. Shout out to Tonic, who helped me create this website template. They are fantastic, TONIC. If you are a professional listening to this and you want a website built and a template, easy to do, easy to fit in template, I will link in the show notes below. I don't get commissions. I'm just telling you and sharing all the goodness with you because I love to share. Anyhow, right there, go and grab that. And you might hear me talking about that a few times on an episode, but girl, it's because I want you to have all of the things. You know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway, sorry, my poor American accent, sorry. It's funny because even those in America, they come and they do the English accent, and they all do, it's so funny, they all do, like I do, they all do the Queen's English, and not everybody speaks Queen's English. Oh, hello. May I have a spot of tea? It's with welcome, dear. Let's have a spot of tea. And everybody can do that accent. Just like mine, I tend to fall into I don't know what kind of accent I do. You guys don't need to tell me. It's like, oh no. If you spoke to me like that, Verona, you came over to where I'm from and you spoke like that, I would definitely know you're a foreigner. I would definitely know you don't belong in this town. She's new. She's okay. She's new. But we just do it. We like it. It's just the term of admonition. Oh gosh, we admire it. That's what it is. Anyway, I've been rambling too long. So we're going to talk about motivation and why it doesn't actually help you lose weight. So if you're somebody who has said, like in the intro, I said, are you somebody who is like, I just don't feel motivated to lose weight. I don't motivated to eat a salad. I don't feel motivated to eat bread. Girl, I feel you. I said all of those same things. So when it comes to weight loss, is motivation something that you need? Is it the key to what you need? Is it the secret sauce to your weight loss? Well, today we're going to be discussing it. So when it comes to losing weight, as you know, I tend to start off the last few episodes that I've recorded. I've started off with the same line. Weight loss is hard work. We all know that losing weight is hard. It takes time. It takes longer time than we actually want it to. It takes more hard work than we ever knew we were capable of. Hello, that's a win in my books. It's not something to be ashamed of. But we also know that it does not happen in 24 hours. And let me tell you something else. If you're somebody who's been struggling with yo-yo dieting, you know the diets that tell you don't eat carbs, and then another diet that you do, it says you to eat carbs. Then you start to do keto, and they're like, oh, you know what? Eat copious amounts of cheese. There's only so much cheese you can eat. Only so much fatty foods that you can eat. Oh my gosh, stop, man. Before your pee starts to smell like ammonia or popcorn, it stinks. And if you're intimate with a man, well, let me not even go there. Okay. But anyway, if you start to go do these diets and you stop and you start and you start and you stop and you stop and you start, it doesn't only affect your confidence, it actually affects your body and how your body starts to respond to the nutrients. Because your body is like, whoa, what am I doing here? Am I doing keto? Am I doing something else? Give me food, man. I just want something to eat. Please stop depriving my body of food. So if your body could talk, if your gut microbiome could talk, if your belly could talk, boy, they would be telling some stories about you. Imagine, like that game. I'm waffling again, but I'm going to get to the point. You know the game where this the name that we used to call it over here. They used to call it Chinese whispers. I don't know why it's called Chinese whispers. I don't even know if it started in that country. I don't know why, but that I'm just repeating the name that I know. I don't know what else it's called, but Chinese whispers, where basically one person starts off in a circle, they say a word, and it goes round to the circle and it gets back to them, and then they confirm, was that the word that you heard? You only have an opportunity to say it once to the person next to you, and they've got to repeat the same word that they heard to someone else, which is why it comes back to the person who originally said the word, and it comes back completely different. So when it comes to that, and they say, you know what, that's the same thing when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to our diets. We get so confused in that, and so our body is like, wait, what am I doing? Am I starting a diet now? Am I not? You stop, you start, you stop, you start, and it becomes a little bit like that game where by the time it gets back to you, you don't even know what the word was that you said. It's like, what did I say again? Like, you hear so many different wrong words. It's like, say what? And you just kind of go with what you think you should say or what you think you heard. And that's the same thing when it comes to our bodies. So when you're trying to lose weight, it's going to take hard work. It's going to take dedication. It's going to take commitment. It's going to take shifting your mindset from self-sabotage. It's going to take you shifting your mindset from that all or nothing thinking that you need to get it right all the time, all day, every day. You've just started trying to rebuild a healthy foundation and relationship with food, and you're talking about, right, I'm going to throw this in the bin because this person said so, and that person said you can't eat after 7 p.m, and then 7 p.m comes, and then the dinner came late, and then you just got back from a long day, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's 7 p.m, so-and-so says I can't eat carb. Let me tell you something. Eat the food. If your body is hungry, your body's going to send you signals that you need to eat the food. We need to focus on where we're getting our information from. And this message about you just need to be motivated to lose weight. You're not losing weight because you're not motivated enough. Who are you talking to? Anyway, let me come back in the room. Let me settle down. Let me pipe down. Okay. Welcome to my personality. So these people that just give you that message that says, you know what, you just got to be motivated. You aren't losing weight because you're not motivated enough. Who told you that? Who told you that I'm not motivated? What is motivation anyway? Can you spell the word motivation? No, I didn't think so. Anyhow, my point here is that it takes a lot of work for you to lose weight. So when people are trying to tell you this message that you're not motivated enough to lose weight, how much are you being a product of the product? How much are you representing this? How much are you drinking your water? Well, did you move your body today? Did you drink your water today? Did you do this today? Girl, how many things have I got to do? Lord. And it can seem like there are so many things that you've got to do. You're age 50 now and your menopause has kicked in, and then your metabolism starts to slow down even more. And it's like, well, what can I do? Hands up in the air. And it's like, you know what? I don't care. I'ma just eat my feelings right now because I'm so frustrated with this tie around my belly. I can't be bothered. So when you're not feeling like you got motivation, it can feel like your world has crumbled around you and this weight loss thing is not for you. You're going to be fat the rest of your life. This is just my life. And that's what many women start to get stuck into that mindset because they think that they are not motivated enough. They don't want the weight loss enough. They're not doing it enough. But you're focusing on the wrong things. Motivation is fleeting. Believe me, as a personal trainer, as a nutrition coach, I do not want to eat salad and chicken for 3 days in a row. I cannot think of anything worse than eating salad and chicken in a row. No matter how tasty the salad is, no matter where you get the salad from, it's boring. By day 2, I'm done. It's time to change my meals. And in the book, I teach you how to do that. That's why I created a rough template guide to guide you to choose the recipes from the book. They're placed in this, and that's what your meal plan would look like. You'd map out the shopping list according to how I've written it and put it out in the book. But it's not about eating chicken and broccoli every day with no sauce, with no condiment, with not even some sweet chili sauce on there. Even if you make your own sweet chili sauce, there's nothing on there. The chicken is literally dry, the rice is dry, and the broccoli is dry. Who wants to do meal prep like that? And it's no wonder we're not motivated to lose weight. Who wants to eat that every day? I don't. Especially in the day before I had a burger. Like, you give me the burger and then you try and give me a plate of rice that has no seasoning on it, no sauce, not even any salt or pepper, because even that's going to make you gain, quote unquote, gain fat. It is no wonder we do not know which way to turn, which way to go when it comes to losing weight. Now, I've said a lot without saying anything here today, but I just want to get into the point. Now, you must be feeling my point when I'm saying here motivation is overrated. So what we're going to look at, we're going to go to dictionary.com, and dictionary.com we're going to go to motivation. Now, I've talked about motivation from a different perspective in 4 ways to stay motivated, and I talk about that in this beginning of the message. So we're talking about what motivation actually means. So they've used the word to describe the word, which I learned in English that you don't really do, but anyway, we'll go with it. It says the act or an instance of motivating or providing with a reason to act in a certain way. What does that even mean? The state or condition of being motivated or having a strong reason to act or accomplish something. Okay, now we're understanding a little bit more. Something that motivates, you're using the same word, something that motivates, inducement, incentive. Okay, so those two, number 2 and 3, make a little bit more sense. Still confuses me as anything, but we're going to go to thesaurus.com. If you're confused, I'm confused too. You see how you can't focus on motivation now, okay? So, proving my point nicely. Motivation, we're looking at synonyms for motivation. Motive, which is pretty self-explanatory. Reason. There we go. This is why I look up the words on the dictionary.com, because sometimes we need a reminder of the context of things. So, somebody is saying that you don't have a reason to lose weight. You don't want it long enough. You don't want it hard enough. You ain't losing weight because you don't want it hard enough. How bad do you want it? How about no joking? So they're telling you what's your reason, what's your wish, what's your desire, what's your impulse, what's your interest. Now those make more sense than using the word to describe the same word. So can you be motivated all enough? Now let's have a look at the word motivated. We've looked at motivation. Now let's have a look at motivated. Okay, welcome to my brain. Motivated. I'm on fire today. I'm loving being in this place. Okay, so it's giving me motivate. See synonyms for motivated. To provide with, it's giving me the same word. Let's know. Okay, so motivated, the thesaurus: consumed, directed, forced, galvanized, induced, herded, guided, impelled, pushed, obsessed, possessed, steered. Okay, so are we getting a picture? Because I'm not. So basically, why these things are not going to make you lose weight. This, you got to do it. Keep on, keep on, keep on, keeping on. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay, but how do I do that? Okay, how do I do that? So we're going to get into a little bit more of what this episode is. Now, I think it must have been tea. I had peppermint tea and some honey, and I'm loving this energy. You don't need coffee today. So motivation is a little bit overrated when it comes to nutrition. So basically, when it comes to this message where motivation has got to be like, you don't want it hard enough, what you're going to be doing is you are going to be then pushing aside your body. You're going to be pushing aside if your body is in pain from exercising. If you're new to exercise, believe me, DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, is going to be knocking at your door. He is going to take a seat in your house, aka your body, for about a week. It will feel like you have just had bricks thrown at you and you have got a bruise. You know, when you hit your body or something, can you feel the bruise? Then when you feel the pain, you're like, oh, how did I get that? Then you suddenly remember, oh yeah, I got that. Oh, that's what that was. I knocked it on the thing and it hurt my on the thing and the thing, and then it hurt my thing. Yeah, motivation is a little bit like that. It can come across as if you have got to have this or you are a failure. I'm telling you, that don't help you lose weight. When you start to focus on these things or these quick messages that sound good on paper, they sound good, and to your ears they kind of tickle your ears, but they don't tell you nothing. They don't tell you, hang on a minute, when I wake up in the morning, I feel like I've just been hit by a ton of bricks, had a brick thrown at me. I don't want to get up. I'm like, whoa, how can I be motivated to lose weight? Then you're telling yourself in your ear, okay, this so and so influencer on social media, they said to you, well, if you want it, you got to get it enough. Come on, get it, or get it, girl, get it, girl, get it, girl. Whatever language that it comes from, wherever you are in the world, if they're telling you that motivational message, but meanwhile, your body is bruised. Your body is broken. Your body is crying to you and telling you, 1, I need me some more food. 2, I'm sick of chicken and broccoli. Please don't tell me we've got chicken and broccoli for lunch again. If your body could tell you all of those things, but that message that's telling you, come on, move your body. Did you move your body today? Now, I used to be like that. I used to be like an airhead. I used to be an airhead when it came to weight loss. I'm like, this airhead message that we have when it comes to losing weight is airy fairies. They're not telling you the nitty gritty. They're not telling you there are days where you are not going to want to get up off your bed. And if you don't have something other than a motivational message that says, go girl, I'm rooting for you. Meanwhile, she's telling you not to eat after 6 or 1 p.m. Meanwhile, she's stuffing herself behind the camera. And she ain't telling you that. because she's not going to tell you that. Meanwhile, the people who are selling the prove it huns, as I call them, they are selling their supplements, but they're not telling you that her pee smells like ammonia. She's not telling you that her underarms smell like really, really bad body odor. And she's never had body odor before. She's not telling you that all of these restrictive measures that she's doing are causing more internal damage in her body that she thinks that she can never know. But she's telling you, yay, a razzmatazz airhead message that she's telling you, you need to have motivation. If you're not losing weight, you're not working out hard enough. They're trying to tell you to work you into the ground, especially if you're used to sitting down all day, every day, just eating your comfort zone. This razzmatazz airhead message ain't gonna cut it for you, babes. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Okay. It is not gonna work. When you need something, you need a little bit more of a message that's going to tell you if your arteries are blocked up in your heart and you know that eating that burger, I'm talking to myself too, you know that burger is going to cause you to be at risk for building up mortar. That's where you need to start having dedication to fixing those issues that got you to the place, working on them and focusing on building a healthy relationship with food and yourself. You look at yourself in the mirror every single day, no matter if you're 150 pounds or 250 pounds. You learn to look at yourself in the mirror and say, damn, I'm fine. Who that? Girl, is that you? Wherever you're from, you do it in your accent, right? Because mine is very fake. But you do it in your accent. You're looking at yourself and you're saying, God has made me fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm not asking you whether you believe it or not, because it's likely if you're used to telling yourself that you're fat all the time and you're used to telling yourself that you're a failure and you're listening to the lies of the enemy, it's more than likely you're going to look in the mirror and tell yourself something different to what you can see. I'm not asking if the question is, do you believe it? Because it's likely that you don't. And I was there too. Even when I lost weight, I still looked at myself in the mirror and I saw a round head. I said, why's my head so round? I started to get really stressed out because my head was round. Could somebody message me and tell me, is your head supposed to be diamond shaped? Unless you have, the forceps have caused that when you've had to come out. But nobody's, as far as I'm aware, nobody's head shape is diamond shaped or squared unless you're SpongeBob. But we all have a round head. That is what our head is supposed to be shaped like. But because I was so caught up on this airhead message, this is what I'm going to call it, the airhead message of motivational. Yes, because I was such an airhead and thinking that this is supposed to be the way that it goes. If I'm not losing weight, it means I just need to get more motivation. Yes, you can do it. When meanwhile, deep down, I look at myself and I'm so repulsed at the image that I see back at me, and I continue to eat that just to have a sense of belonging, a sense of acceptance, a sense of being loved. Forget about me. I've overcome that, praise the Lord. But I'm asking you now, not whether you believe it, I'm asking that you will start to do something every day, do something small, write it on a notepad, write it on a post-it note and begin to put that in. If you need counseling, get counseling. If you need help, get help. But do not sit in this place anymore, listening and desperately searching for those airhead messages that are keeping you in this place and stuck on an illusion that you're thinking weight loss is just about motivating yourself even more. It's just about pushing yourself to wanting it even more. What that's doing is getting you to be subscribed to an airhead message, an unrealistic relationship with food. Instead of doing that, focus on the things that will help support you. What is your drive? What is your reason? We talked about it for some of the synonyms for motivated. What's guiding you? The Holy Spirit can guide you. God can guide you to do this. What is those things that are driving you? They're actually called intrinsic and extrinsic motivations. Now, I'm not going to repeat what I've already repeated in the episode. I've done 2 episodes already about motivation. I'll talk about what intrinsic motivation is, and I also talk about extrinsic motivation. Extrinsic, it tends to be where we focus on the most. I want to lose 50 pounds because I want to look better. I want to look thinner. I want to do this. I want to do that. Intrinsic, for as an example, is I want to lose weight. I want to focus on losing weight because I want to be able to reduce some of the visceral fat that's around my organs that is causing complications and putting me more at risk of my health. Those are 2 big intrinsic motivations. But then it's about breaking that down and putting a plan into place, which is, hey, where your girl gonna come in, this is where I'm gonna help you do that through the coaching programs, the 6-month programs, or the longer coaching programs, or the focus on the fat loss to get you started, and we'll do it like that. So wherever you're positioned, you have something that it isn't relying on motivation to just be like, oh yes, I can do this. You're not an airhead. You don't need to focus on this airhead nonsense motivational message that has no substance. It's like almost making a cake. Okay, eggless cakes nowadays can stand, but one of the key ingredients in both eggless cakes and normal cakes, the key ingredient that needs your cake to rise, whether it's baking powder or something, it's like doing that, making all the ingredients and you're expecting it to rise into a cake. And if you don't have baking agents, the baking powder or the key agents, ingredients, or the yeast in bread, if you don't have that, you're not really going to have the bread, are you? But if you're focusing on that airhead message, then you just you just subscribe to the wrong type of message. If you're somebody who's focused on this motivation and the airhead message is don't eat after 6 p.m., don't eat after 7 p.m. Now, the key in that is if you're eating too close to your bedtime, your body is going to have a harder time to digest that food. It's going to have to work extra hard to it, and that can put an additional things on your body. That's why they say don't eat so close to bed, because it takes at least 4 to 6 hours to digest, depending on what you've eaten. If you've eaten meat, it can take a little bit longer for that whole thing to come out of your system. So that message is true. That's not an airhead message. But if people are telling you don't eat after 6, why? And you get home after 6:05 and you're hungry, you're ravished, you're starving, because this airhead message is telling you don't eat after 6 p.m. You're now listening to the airhead message, and then you're like, okay, this will probably make me lose weight quicker anyway. No, you're hungry, eat the food. Don't listen to this message. It's not motivational. It is fear mongering. That's exactly what it is. So there were no tips in this episode today, but it kind of goes in tandem with that. And I was talking about why it's not going to help you lose weight, because one, it's an airhead message. For those of you who want a list, it's an airhead message. It gets you to focus on the wrong type of things. It focuses on fear mongering. Don't eat after 6:01. Why are you telling me not to eat after 6:01 p.m.? What is actually going to happen to my body if I eat at 6:01 p.m.? Nothing. So you're fear mongering and you're telling me not to eat after 6 p.m. For what reason? When they are indeed themselves eating after 6:01 p.m., but you can't see what they do behind the camera, because social media, they just show you what they want you to see. Okay. So the next thing we've talked about, motivation is not a razzmatazz message. Motivation, we've talked about the definition of motivation, and we've talked about the definition of motivated, the synonyms, what they are and how we get them, and the definition of what it actually is. So you can find other things to encourage, motivate and inspire you. Motivate is not a bad thing. Motivate is not a bad word. But if you're looking to lose weight sustainably, motivation is not going to happen every single day, and it's okay, because you're going to wake up and you're not going to be motivated to lose weight all day. And if you're relying on motivation the whole time, that's when we fall into that yo-yo dieting cycle, because we think that we have to be motivated every single day of our lives, but we do not. We do not need to do those things every single day of our lives. Focus on the intrinsic and extrinsic motivations that are actually key things. Those things never change. They are here to stay. And those are the things and the reasons why you're doing this journey. Health related, people related, but no matter what it is, you can come back to a solid thing, and that will always be there for you to work towards. And one of those biggest things is, I'm going to do this for myself. And that's one of the biggest motivators always. You're not going to be motivated to lose weight at all times, every day, and sometimes your body is going to need rest. That's absolutely okay. And 6:01, you're not going to gain 50 pounds back if you eat at 6:01 p.m. We've got to change the narrative that we're listening to, just like bad friends that talk to us and talk us into situations and mindsets and beliefs that we shouldn't be believing. Sometimes we can do the same, friends. And that's it, my friends, for today's episode. My tea is done. I'm going to get myself another peppermint tea. Actually, I might not get peppermint tea because I've been live. I think I'm going to record another episode for you guys, and I can't wait to catch you on the second installment of today's episode. Don't forget, if you are struggling with knowing what to eat, go and grab the guide, vanutritioncoaching.co.uk/guide, and hit your girl up on Instagram. I'm only having one Instagram page now, VA Nutrition Coaching Podcast, and that is a dedicated page. Share the page with friends, share the page with your friends, and don't forget to leave a review and tag me in your stories. And I'd love to see what you're thinking of the show, the reviews, the brutally honest ones, and how I can improve this for you and the many other women that love to listen to this show. Hey friend, you made it to the end of the episode. What was your biggest takeaway from today's episode? Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review over on iTunes. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about today's episode, or you need help, then you can contact me over on Instagram at VA Nutrition Coaching Podcast, or email me support@vanutritioncoaching.co.uk, or you can head over to the Facebook page VA Nutrition Coaching Podcast. It helps us reach even more women who are fed up of dieting, don't know how to lose weight, they're frustrated with following Sally's results and they're not getting any of their own, and they just finally want to shed some pounds and do it in a way that they can sustain and they can enjoy. But my friends, that's a wrap for today's episode. I can't wait to catch you on the next one. Until then, friends, stay healthy, stay blessed, and remember, if you haven't already downloaded your 5-ingredient recipe pack, you can go to the website vanutritioncoaching.co.uk/recipes and download your 5-ingredient recipe pack. Who said healthy eating was boring? See you next time, friend.